Whenever we have high cortisol, we usually store fat around our midsection, known as belly fat. So I'm inviting you to consider that maybe it's not a calorie problem that you're experiencing, maybe it's a hormonal problem that you're experiencing. So let's start getting into how to make this hormone work for you. And we can do this by understanding the peaks and the valleys of this hormone called cortisol. So it's naturally elevated first thing in the morning. Now, as I said, this is why, or cortisol is why we wake up in the morning. It makes us feel alert, it raises our core body temperature, and it has its natural peaks and valleys throughout the day. But the problems arise when it is staying high for long periods of time. When cortisol is high for long periods of time, such as your stressful work environment, you add a couple of coffees to that, you're not sleeping very well, you're eating poor quality foods, and you're continuing this vicious cycle, then we get something called cortisol resistance. Now, cortisol resistance is very similar to insulin resistance. Our receptors become resistant and it blunts the signal. Now, when this happens, this takes your fatigue to chronic fatigue. This takes your inflammation to chronic inflammation. Now, insulin is our level 2 minimum effective dose inside our hormone pillar. So you're going to find out so much more about that, but very quickly, when insulin is present, it is impossible for you to lose body fat or burn body fat. Chronic levels of cortisol also break down muscle tissue. So how do we fix this? What you really need to be thinking about is how can you reduce your stress? Breath work is fantastic for reducing your stress. There was a study from Japan that showed 6 deep breaths into your stomach changed you from your sympathetic nervous system response, which is your fight and flight response, into your parasympathetic response, which is your rest and digest response. And the easy way that I like to think about that is sympathetic lives up top because you parachute down into your parasympathetic nervous system. So when you're breathing, when you're trying to control your stress, you want to breathe through your diaphragm. You want to breathe deep into your belly button. So put your finger on your belly button now and take a massive deep breath in through your nose down into your belly. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly button. Now, I bet you, even if you're driving and you just took a deep breath in, I bet you probably haven't breathed like that for maybe the majority of the day. So implementing a breath work kind of strategy or habit into your lifestyle is going to be great for you to reduce your stress.